We have 263 subscribers, guys. 263 subscribers. Star Wars versus Star Trek, and it's an hour and 10 minutes and 23 seconds long. How is it the live with all three of us is longer than the one with me and Mom, which was only 46 minutes and 19 seconds?
Hold up. Before you... Did you actually go live yet?
Yep. I just need to make sure I have the setting right. Joey, can you get on YouTube and make sure I put it to sleep?
And we appear to be live.
Is it so it's showing up there?
Yep.
Woohoo!
But you have to go into videos. Okay, I will be checking comments. Because I want to do comments. Except there are no comments.
Well, there won't be until...
People start getting on. Yes.
Uh-oh. Let's not be Batman villains today.
Okay, I'm in the picture.
Wait, I'm still a Batman villain.
That's because your head's scarred. We've got no people watching.
Well, it should have you watching at least.
Well, it doesn't say that.
So then you don't know how many people are watching. Because it doesn't even show you.
Mine
you?
says 1.
No. Well, are you logged in as Disabled Dizzy?
Yeah.
I want to do comments.
Well, you both can be able to read them, so...
And that says 2 people up there.
Well, you
Which
and...
is you and you.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay.
We'll get more people.
So this
Hi,
is...
welcome to Disabled Disney Live. Whenever you tune in, thank you for watching. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers this month.
And we've got 263.
263. And thank you if you are subscribed. We really appreciate it.
That we do.
And
Oh, that's cool. It's got a little phone icon next to it.
It's because you're on your phone, or is it because the phone? I don't know.
I think it's because of the phone.
So we are trying something new. We're using an app to attach to YouTube. So I don't know for sure how this is all working.
We're hoping that it's actually working,
Yeah.
which it appears to be working.
And it does say it's on public, so that's, I was trying to do it before and it wasn't going right, so if you're here, give us a little wave or a hi in the comments, let us know you're here. And
I like how Dad keeps switching back and forth between our phones.
we have recently decided to make t-shirts on TeePublic, and so Julian's going to hold up. We have 4 designs.
This
up
is
there.
the one that we bought.
I just bought one so far. Hi, Ray! 1 a.m. in Finland, but stopping by for a few. Thank you so much, Ray. I appreciate it. I'm
Yes, we
sorry.
do.
I know it's late at night for you. I'm
Sorry.
I spent some time watching your couple of videos on your cruise today, and that one that you're trying to get to 100, I watched that again, so hopefully you're getting there. But thanks for stopping by.
Good morning or good night.
It's 1 a.m.
Not a problem. I'm an owl. I understand that completely.
Who?
Ray.
Ray
Who?
Eden, he said, not a problem. I'm an owl.
Who?
3 to go. Dad, or Mom,
Yeah.
3 to go.
He's hopping. 3 to go. Okay. I'll try to watch it again then later. You're saying who because you're owl?
No, he's not.
He's owl. Yeah, he's a night owl.
Who?
Yes.
Oh, that is so cool. The comments are popping up on the
Because
screen
I
for
have
the video.
I have it set for
Oh,
I
that
wasn't
is
sure how it would work because
cool.
I had the comments set to pop up. You can set it either way. So
Yeah, and
it's
it's popping
kind
up.
of small though.
Yeah.
But it does pop up to where it's completely covering your face on there.
No, it's popping up.
Well, on our screen.
On the screen,
We
it's
can't
covering
see
up
your
your
face.
It's covering up your face.
But they can see your face.
Yeah. I
They
know.
can see your face.
I know, because I'm watching the video. That is cool. I've never seen that before.
What? You've never seen what before?
I'm guessing the comments on the screen popping up.
Well, oh yeah, they are popping up actually on the video.
Uh-huh. That's what I said.
It's probably because the app that I'm using, it's called Streamlabs.
He said yeah. I'm assuming you're a he.
Yeah, Ray's a guy.
Okay.
It's called Streamlabs because we don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and my computer's really not up to running lives, so I wanted to do it from the mobile phone.
Because her webcam sucks.
Well, we got
It's an older
computer.
Yeah.
It's not the webcam. I got the new webcam. It still had that lag and stuff, and the picture wasn't that great.
And my computer's even older, and you wanted to use it.
Well, no, yours isn't older. It's just cheaper. But so I wanted to try to do it on the mobile phone, but we're not to 1,000 subscribers yet. And I was on someone's
They just
video,
proved
and they
your
suggested
thermal
I
detonator
use
was low.
Streamlabs, so I downloaded it, and I was having
You
trouble.
can't disprove an electric.
I was
or
having trouble
a
getting
bomb
it to.
with science. That doesn't work that way.
Okay, you guys stop. I'm trying to explain this. I was trying to get it to work, and it wouldn't go public. It wouldn't go public. It wouldn't go public. It kept going private. I finally figured it out. So today is our first stream with Streamlabs on the mobile. I'm so excited. And it's working. That's important.
Yep.
So today what we're going to talk about is top Disney planning advice from different YouTubers and kind of discuss what we think is good, pros and cons and stuff like that. Because this was your idea because you wanted to talk about different ways of like doing the parks.
Oh, sure, blame me.
Yeah, that was your idea. So you start. You take it off. You take off with it. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yep. So, essentially, I have seen different, watching different YouTube channels and such. I've seen different approaches to how to get the most out of your day in Disneyland or Disney World. The strategies are similar. You can apply them from one park to the other. I'm assuming you can apply them to any theme park. Which the two biggest I have seen is actually the we'll go and it's like as soon as you get in there, go after what?
Go with Kel said I
Hi,
finally got
He's finally here.
one. As I die. I've been coughing randomly for the past week, and I have no idea why.
Allergy season's bad right now this time of year here because we're not getting the rains tramping down all the dust and stuff. All right, continue.
Okay, so I've heard that a lot of people like the strategy of hit the things you want to hit to make sure you hit them first, which that can be good or bad. It just depends on how you want to do it. Problem is, if you're like, okay, well, I want to do Space Mountain, and then you want to do Splash Mountain, and then you want to do Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, you're doing some backtracking there. You're going from one end of the park to the other.
Which is a lot of walking.
Right, and you're going to be doing a lot of walking anyway. According to my phone, every time we go, I average about 6 miles of walking every day that we're there. That's quite a bit. Granted, I'm sure there's some people who it's like 6 miles, that's it. But, it's... If you want to double the amount of time you're spending walking, get a good workout in while you're having fun, that's a good way to do it. But the way we do it is we go, it's like we start off in a land, we get everything done in that land, and then move on to the next land. So that way, you're not like backtracking. You're getting, you're kind of maximizing what you're getting done before moving on to someplace else. So that way you're not having to walk back and hopefully maybe get back to it.
Part of the reason for that is because in Disneyland, being in the wheelchair, I can't go through most of the queue lines. And we have to get return times for the most popular attraction in each land. And sometimes, depending upon what the wait times are, they do it for multiple attractions. And you can only get one at a time. And it's really hard for us to like make a fast pass for one and then get return time for another one and then try to make those fast passes. Most of the time when we do that, we end up missing our fast passes because we're too far away. And I mean, if I'm in the wheelchair, somebody has to push me, or my scooter battery, if I'm on the scooter, is dying, or because we've gotten the Max Pass and done scheduling the fast passes on the phone and stuff, and it seems like most of the time we end up missing that. Now, if you can walk and power walk everywhere, that might be different. But we used to do that back and forth, and I want to go on Space Mountain, I want to go on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, I want to go on Space Mountain.
No, we did that because you wanted to do that. I was like, why can't we just do everything that's over here before going over there?
But that was 20 years ago.
Yes, but I still wanted to do everything that was in Tomorrowland and then go over towards New Orleans Square.
To explain all of this, they were dating and went in May or something like that.
Yeah, we went for your dad's birthday.
And Mom was bouncing back and forth, going everywhere as to what she wanted to do. And Dad's like, can we just pick somewhere, stay there, and then work our way around the park?
Now, the part you're missing on this is the reason why she was going, hey, I want to go over here, hey, I want to go over there.
We have a question.
Okay.
Do I understand correctly that you have to get to the attraction to get the fast pass for a later time and return at your assigned time?
Okay, that used to be how you did it. Yes. Now they have the Max Pass where you can get it on your phone. You pay $15 per person and you set up your Max Pass party and you can get it on your phone, and then it gives you a time that you can get another one, or as soon as you redeem that fast pass. So if you get there in the morning, you're there when the park opens at 8, you get on and get a fast pass for 10 o'clock in the morning for Space Mountain. And it says you can make another one at 11 a.m. Well, as soon as you get and redeem that 10 a.m. fast pass, you can make another one. And that's the thing about the disability return times now, that they have everything on the app. It shows up like a fast pass. So you can only do one at a time. So we'll go into Tomorrowland.
And those, just to help differentiate, when you get those, you do actually have to go up to the attraction to get those. You can't get those on the app.
No, but if you have the Disability Access Service, the DAS Pass, they have kiosks at certain places around the park where you can go get a reservation at, if you have the DAS Pass. But
Disneyland
if you're just
Paris
in a wheelchair,
is still using the paper ticket method.
They
I
are.
hated it. Unless you're there for rope drop, you're out of luck.
yes. So the stuff we're talking about is mostly for Disneyland, because that's where we go.
In Anaheim.
In California.
In Anaheim. And some of the stuff will fit into Walt Disney World. None of it will fit into the other Disney parks because they have other rules and regulation for the different countries that they're in. And so I don't know what all of those are. As far as I know, yes, Disneyland Paris is still using the paper ones. You can still get the paper ones at Disneyland in Anaheim and California Adventure. You can still go up to the attraction and get fast pass return times, even with the Max Pass. You can still do that. But which are free, versus the Max Pass you have to pay. But then you actually have to take your tickets to the attraction to get the Fast Pass. So you at least have to have one person go do that. Like what we do is we'll go into like Tomorrowland and I'll go get a return time for Space Mountain because it's normally about an hour because it's equivalent to whatever the standby wait time is.
Disneyland Paris is based on Disneyland, so I was wondering. Thanks for the answer. No problem, Ray.
Yep, it is, but they still do different stuff based on what the laws are for that country, which for Disneyland Paris is France. So a lot of this stuff is different because of how France requires Disney to do things. So you have to take that into consideration. So
Also, there are some differences in the two parks also. Just, you know, like for example, I do believe the castle is Belle's Castle or Beast Castle.
yeah, they do different
And-
ones at different parks and stuff.
Is that the one that's got the dragon underneath of it?
I
One of the
think
castles
so.
actually has a dragon underneath of it, and I don't remember which one that is.
And Disneyland Paris has that maze or whatever. There's
Yeah, so
lots of differences.
Mm-hmm.
each park does have things that are unique to that park,
Mhm.
which I think is really cool. So that way, if you're visiting this Disney park, it's not a
Aurora's
photocopy of the.
Castle at DLP. It has the dragon.
Oh, it is Aurora's castle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Thank
that
you,
one has the
Ray.
dragon. Yeah.
I've been to Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, I want to get to all the other parks. Eventually, hopefully, we will be able to. But for most of the time right now, we just go to Disneyland and DCA because
Full
it's close.
disclosure.
It's closer for us and
Full-
cheaper.
Full disclosure, the only one that we've been to is the one in California. That's the only one we've been to.
Yeah, but that's why. So one of the reasons why we wanted to do this is, you know, you look at all these YouTubers and what they tell you to do and what not to do, and a lot of times we're watching them and we're like, that's not how we do it. We do it this way. And I think the thing that I really wanted to say the most is, yeah, watch your different YouTubers. Maybe take what they say into account, but ultimately you have to do whatever's best for you and your family. You know, a lot of the advice that we get doesn't work for disability.
Right.
It really doesn't.
So whatever advice you get, take it and customize it for you.
Yeah, ultimately you just have to experience it, do it yourself, and then take what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Like I was watching some videos today getting some different advice, and like some people are like, you know, and a big one with Disney is where to stay, like for a hotel. Like Disney World, everyone's like, you gotta stay on property, you gotta stay on property.
Go with Kelson, agreed.
Oh, to take it and make it your own. Yeah. So a lot of people say you gotta stay on property, you gotta stay on property, you gotta stay on property. And
We've stayed on property, what, twice out of all the times we've been?
with
Yes, but those were
Disneyland,
special
yes.
trips.
And yes, those like were special trips. But with all the research I've been doing, from what I understand, there are several hotels that are nicer hotels that
What
are.
worked for us at Disneyland Paris was buying the Fast Pass package.
Okay, so that's probably similar to the Max Pass type of thing where you pay for it and you get to do so many, and you get your
There's-
fast
yeah.
passes.
They have a. If I recall correctly from one of the videos I saw about it, Disneyland Paris, you have to pay for the bulk of your fast passes. They're not, which
And ultimately, like the way,
Ray said yes.
if you don't have a lot of time to spend and you can afford it, definitely do that. But a lot of times when we're going, we are, you know, we tend to go pretty cheaply. We try to go cheaply. So, because I am disabled and
Ray
being
said
on,
that he's going to be doing a video about it.
on Disneyland Paris. Yay! I can't
But-
wait to see it.
But back to Disneyland.
I want to go to Disneyland Paris really bad. I do. I still want to go to Walt Disney World. But being disabled and being on disability, my income is close next to nothing. I know, I hear all the time people are like, oh, you're disabled. That means you get like every benefit that The government has. No, it does not. And everybody thinks, oh, you're raking in the dough. No, I am not. I can make way more money than I get on disability working.
If you could work.
That's the thing. I can't work anymore. I can't do what I used to be able to do. And so we have to really budget for everything. So we try to do Disney as cheaply as possible. And even Walt Disney World, so I found out through research, because we were going to do a Disney World trip a few years ago, and I was starting to research and plan it.
I don't remember this.
That may be because we don't always tell you everything that we're planning.
So that way you don't get excited about it, and when we can't do it, then you're not like going, well, that sucks.
So there are some really nice, technically off-site hotels that you can stay at around Disney World. And Disney has agreements with these hotels. And in California, they call them good neighbor hotels. I don't know if they call them the same at Disney World or not. But they're a little bit cheaper.
Let us know in the comments.
They're a little bit cheaper, but they have a lot of the same amenities as staying on property at one of the Disney hotels does. And around Disneyland, there are a ton of good neighbor hotels. But they still average $150 to $300 a night. And so what we like to do is stay a little bit further off property.
Walt Disney World are called partner hotels.
Partner hotels. So that's what they call them Walt Disney World, but they call them good neighbor hotels in Disneyland. We tend to stay a little bit further away and pay for parking, because if I'm going to pay $150 for a hotel for the night to be within walking distance, if I can pay, $70 or $80 for a hotel and then pay the $25 to park, then it ends up being cheaper. Not to mention, if you can take your own food, and in order to not spend so much money, we will eat normally on our way in, and that's harder to do if you stay at one of the good neighbor hotels.
And soda, we bring in our own soda, but not,
Not
2
2
liters.
liters.
No, but you probably could.
I don't want to try.
Yeah, they're not plastic, but the problem is...
They're not glass.
Or yeah, they're not glass. But the problem I
That
would see
get
with
heavy.
that... Well, I'm not as concerned about being heavy as I am going... that 2-liter bottle is going to get shooken up a lot being
That
in a
too.
backpack throughout the day. And if you put it on a scooter, every vibration through the scooter is going to go through that soda. It's going to get shooken up.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time you open it, it's gonna go.
Or
You have a hard enough time with the little bottles.
or if you
and
like,
cans. They like to explode on me. Sorry, Dad.
or after it's been open for a little while, it keeps getting shooken up.
It goes flat.
It's going to go flat really quickly.
So,
So 2 liters, I don't think would be a good idea, unless you're going to have that as part of like a picnic that you're going to have outside the park in the lockers in a cooler, and that's going to be part of a meal. Then by all means, go for it. It's
yeah. So what we do is we'll normally stop somewhere and get something to eat, or bring something cheap with us to have for breakfast in the morning. And then we normally budget for one meal in the parks, and maybe a snack that we want, like Jillian loves the Tigger Tails, and we like the caramel apples and stuff. And then we'll eat dinner. Yeah, we'll eat dinner. On the way back to the hotel, we'll stop at like a fast food place or something and get dinner. It's a lot cheaper than eating in the parks.
Or order Chinese food.
Or yeah.
Leaving the
So
garage.
one thing I've been doing lately, which has actually worked really well, is I have like Postmates and Grubhub and Uber Eats downloaded on my phone, and then I look as we're leaving the parking garage. I'll look and see what's available for us, and a lot of times Chinese food is it's kind of a tradition for us to order Chinese food when we're there, and I'll see which app is the shortest delivery time, and then I'll go in and order us Chinese food, and then
yeah, that kind of goes back 20 years.
yeah, it does. From when we were dating. And then when we get back to the hotel room shortly thereafter, normally they're showing up with dinner, and it's cheaper. And I always try to get a hotel room with a refrigerator. and that way we can keep soda and water in there. So when we're at our hotel room, we have soda and water. You can take soda and water into the park with you, so you don't have to spend, $3-4 on a soda or water at Disneyland or Disney World. You can do it with both parks here. I don't know about the other ones.
And if you have a really good thermos, that water will stay cold for at least the majority of the day. We normally take in anywhere between 2 to 4 thermoses each day. And between the 3 of us, we generally polish them all off.
Plus some extra water bottles in
Yeah.
our backpack.
That is the nice thing about the carrying the backpack with the drinks in it, is throughout the day you're starting to get more and more tired. The backpack does actually start to get lighter because the contents of it is, the drinks that are in there, they're being drunk. So
I can verify this because I normally end up with this backpack.
Well, you do
If
now
it's
that
not
you're
on a
older.
wheelchair.
You do now that you're older. You didn't when you were younger.
Right, because then I had the...
you didn't carry a backpack when you were younger.
Because you tended
And
to lose things.
Actually, this last trip,
Has
for
this...
the majority of the time, you were carrying the snack backpack.
That's because the drink backpack was on Mom's scooter. Has Disneyland banned ice like Walt Disney World?
Okay, yeah, it's not banned, but there are restrictions on what type and how much you can take in.
No dry ice.
Thanks to the dry ice bomber from Toontown.
Yeah, people
I want to know how he thought that was a good idea.
people are crazy and do stupid things, and then that causes problems for the rest of us.
I think we all know this because of the fact that it's been happening to all of us our entire lives.
It happens. Yes, there are restrictions on how much and what type of ice you can bring in. Now, they did do that. They also tightened restrictions on the strollers, the type of strollers, and size, because of people getting out of control and getting these huge ones and
People getting hurt.
They do actually have.
I don't
This
know
is
about
one
this.
thing that I think is really cool.
Ray just said, I don't know about this. You don't know
this
about
one-
what?
Will you let me finish?
Sorry.
They do have in the parking garages, next to the elevators on every floor, these boxes that are the required size, the max required size for a stroller. So if your stroller does not fit in that box, don't even take it to security, because they've got another box just like that down there, and they will check it.
Now-
If it doesn't fit, it doesn't go in the park.
there is actually a way you can get around that. If your child has a disability and you're using the stroller as a wheelchair and it fits their guidelines for strollers as a wheelchair requirements, even if it's a little bit bigger, I've had people tell me that they're allowed to take their wheelchair strollers in, because the wheelchair strollers are set up a certain way and sometimes they don't fit in.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
But that goes into a different category. That's not just your standard
Right.
Okay.
stroller. What?
Ray has a couple of comments. He said, I don't know about this, the dry ice bomber. And then he said it seems it has the same restrictions as Walt Disney World. Again, we don't know because we
Okay,
haven't
so what
been.
happened? Wait, what happens with the dry ice thing was somebody took, was it a water bottle, right?
Yeah, it took like an ordinary water bottle. Only had like maybe a third of it filled with water. Put some dry ice in it. Put the cap on real tight and dropped it in a trash can in Toontown, and then walked away. After the gases expanded, the water bottle exploded, not causing any damage to anything. It just basically popped really loud in the trash can. Well, with all of the terrorist things that have been going on throughout the world, everybody that was there panicked. They ended up evacuating Toontown because they didn't know what exactly went on. And then they figured it out from looking at the end result. They did end up arresting the guy. He did face I believe, some criminal charges. I don't know if he was convicted or not.
Hello, the
Jillian,
DUH.
Jillian,
Why?
will you
Don't do
let
Philly.
me finish at least my sentence? Please. You keep interrupting me in the middle of a sentence. Anyway,
All
as
right.
I was saying.
But real quick, if you Google it, it was May 29th, 2013. And
So-
it was a Disney employee.
I was a Disney employee.
That's
So-
what the article said.
Wait, Disney doesn't have employees. So it couldn't
Sorry, it
have
was
been
a Disney cast member.
Okay, now, what were you trying to say, Jillian?
The DePhilly crew. Hey.
What were you trying to
stop
say?
pouting. Do any of you guys have to deal with teenagers? I mean, seriously.
What were you trying to say?
Hey, DePhilly crew. Chin up, Jillian. That's what Kel said. She's mad because
G.
she's getting yelled at.
It's a G.
It is spelt with a G, but see, I had one of the most popular 1970s female baby names, Melissa, and so I wanted my child to not have a popular name.
And so now I get stuck with getting called Gillian. Gilligan, which I don't understand that because I don't have two G's in my name. Julian spelled with a G. Again, I don't understand that either because I don't have a U. Or Julian spelled J-U. I don't understand this.
So people mess up her name all the time.
Well, you do have a great aunt named Julianne. No, it's not relevant in any way, shape, or form.
Then what was the point of saying it?
To get that look.
How
But,
about
yeah, you know-
Lily? I have a cousin whose name is Lily. But she was born 6 months after I was, so.
So, Jillian,
What?
The DePhilly
You know
crew
how-
said, yes, I have an 18 and 13-year-old. She's getting ready to turn 19 in 2 weeks.
3.
so
3? Is it 3? I don't know. Something like that.
you know how some names have a silent letter in it?
Yeah.
Well, yours just has an invisible letter in it.
So I
It's
have.
pronounced, but it's not written.
So
See, it's the opposite. That's how you're Gilligan.
So I have 3 invisible letters in my name, a J, a U, and another G. Seriously, I don't
It depends on who's
try
reading it.
having. I'm gonna screw this up. I'm sorry. Zwinger. Zweidinger.
Zwettinger.
See,
Sounds
Dad
fun.
always knows how to get the daughters to smile. Yeah, but he's like my best friend, so. And I don't mean that like. I mean, he is one of my best friends. They both are.
That's just because you don't want to leave the house to go do anything.
Because all the people that I know that are my age are stupid.
Alright. Let's get back to what we're supposed to be talking about. So, I know at Disney World they say you have to schedule everything. You have to do your fast passes when you hit your 60 day or 90 days and your dining reservations at 60 days, and if you're
LOL.
staying on property it's you get a longer time. But one thing don't forget, especially when you have to schedule all that stuff, schedule in some downtime. I don't hear this enough, I think, from the YouTuber suggestions. You need to have downtime, especially like with someone like me. This last time I went to Disneyland, and every time we go, because my medical problems are getting worse, I can do less and less and less. And this last time I tried to go full on like normal, and I ended up getting physically ill. I ended up throwing up in Disneyland.
It didn't work.
And we had to leave early because I got sick.
But
Where you just said preach! Exclamation point.
You have to schedule in downtime. You have to take that time. You have to.
Hi, Addie.
I will say this though: you at least threw up in one of the nicest bathrooms that Disneyland has. You know,
I made
It's
it into the
definitely-
bathroom, luckily.
it is in, I believe, the Provost top 5. Quick shout out to the
I thought
Provost
it was
Park Pass.
part. I thought it was top 10. Was
Right.
the video.
But that one was in the top half of that. So
I thought it was in the lower half because the top 5 was the Hearts by Alice.
do we really need to do a summary of a Provost?
Well,
Park
it's one of
Pass
the
video?
least used bathrooms, I think.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because it is the one that's tucked away, kind of hidden, in between two shops, right there on the edge of Adventureland and Frontierland. Right there where you first come into Adventureland, right across from the Tiki Room. So, like, if you're standing right in front of the bathrooms, you can see the Jungle Cruise to your left if you're facing the bathroom, the path into Frontierland to your right, the bridge to come in is right behind you, and the line for the Dole Whip is to your left because there's always a line for the Dole Whips.
Yep. Why? But yeah,
Some people really like Dole Whips.
a lot of people really like Dole Whips. I mean, I like them to have occasionally.
They're good, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not going to stand in a line 20 minutes for some ice cream. And it's not really-
exactly.
And it's not
ice
even.
cream.
It's not exactly ice cream. Yes, I understand that, but I don't understand. But you know, somebody goes, "Oh, I've got to stand in this line for a Dole Whip float." Why?
Yeah. He's not a big dessert person, so he doesn't get
Now, a 20-minute line for a Jack Jack cookie num num, maybe.
If you haven't seen our dessert or top 10 desserts video or whatever it is,
Snacks.
The Jack
Snacks.
Jack, hey, the Jack Jack cookie num num is the best chocolate chip cookie I have ever eaten.
okay, he doesn't do sweets like
This big old
Ever.
belly is not from sweets. This is from eating
cheeseburgers,
an extra
and
cheeseburger
fries.
or too much pizza.
Yeah, so to Philly Crew, during the summer trips to Walt Disney World, we leave the parks at noon and go back around 5 or 6 p.m. Kids go to the pool. I know. That's like a
Good
big,
idea. Good idea.
You know, we used to do that too.
I like how everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, you have to build in some downtime, even if you don't want to leave the parks, even if it's just go to, you know,
I like how
Hall of Presidents or Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and sit and watch it a
Walt
couple
Disney's
times. or-
Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah, even just to do one of those. you know,
Another
to get
another thing you can do, if you're only going to be spending, we'll say, half the day in the park, anyway, sleep in. Don't worry about rope drop. Or, you know, if you don't
Dropping forever.
exactly, or say your whole group are morning people, get there for rope drop, but maybe shortly after the sun goes down, when everybody's starting to get tired, head back to the room. You know,
Take a nap.
have
you
dinner.
don't necessarily need. I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh
to,
yeah.
to get your best.
Christmas week is a whole different ball game. Our breaks are on the park bench.
Right, because you don't want to leave the park. That's the thing, though. You have to build in some downtime. That's the one huge mistake.
regardless of what it is, as long as you get like a couple of minutes, 15-20 minutes to just go.
You know, sit
Yeah,
down, take a break, people watch,
People
have
move
a
it.
snack. Yeah.
We don't have the people mover.
No.
No, but it
the
would be nice if
people-
Disney would bring
I
it back
know,
to
I miss the people. Get on the train
Disney-
and ride it around a few times.
This
you know?
advice is for Disneyland, right?
Most of it, yes.
We're trying for Disneyland.
Because that's the park we know, is
And-
Disneyland.
And we are trying to, like, as a continued thing, trying to get the awareness out for the movement that's the unofficial movement that has been started by multiple people to try to get the people
Bring
mover
back
back.
the people mover.
to
Bring
Disneyland.
back the people mover.
because there's a lot of people who miss that ride.
I've never been on it. I want to go on it. The only one that is in America is in Florida.
Yeah, our park is Disneyland. We live in Arizona, so that's easier for us to get to. That's where we go.
A lot of it works for all parks,
right?
too.
And,
Yes.
and that's exactly one of the things that we said in the beginning. Some of this will work for all of it. Some of it won't. But a big mistake I see people making all the time, especially with kids, is pushing their kids and pushing their kids. And you know what? Take a break.
Go sit
Take
with the
some
porch
time.
potatoes.
Right. I guess there's a group of people called the Porch Potatoes that go sit on the porches on Main Street in Disneyland in the morning. We saw that on a DFB guide, right?
Disney
Food blog.
Food? What is food?
Disney food blog.
What is in that Dr. Pepper?
You want to open it up and smell it?
We,
I sure as heck don't want to take a drink. Oh,
we,
I ride the people mover every time I
the
go.
poople mover? They have a
well,
poople mover?
next time you go, write it for me, Cal, because I love the People Mover so much. I miss it.
Can I finish the comments, please?
I miss the People Mover so much.
Go ahead.
Go with
Do
Kelson.
do you not like it when people interrupt you in the middle of your sentence? It kind of sucks, doesn't it? Go ahead.
Now I can't talk because I'm laughing. Go with Kelson. I ride the people mover every time I go to MK. No matter
Magic
what.
Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, no matter what. Rub it in, Cal. You will be here soon, Ray. You've got that right. Agreed. Favorite ride.
Okay, so Ray is moving to Orlando. So
Really?
congrats.
Awesome.
Go with Kelson. Interrupting Kelson's move.
That's exactly what our videos are like. And most of the time, I'm able to cut this stuff out, but not on lives. You see what we're really like.
Some of this ends up on our Patreon page.
Yeah,
If
we
you
do.
want to see more of this, go on our Patreon page.
We
'cause
have
this
we
is
do have
funny.
outtakes of like stuff like this on our Patreon page.
Addie Family Adventure says, my kids are 25 and 19. If they need a break, we leave them behind. Aww! I was in the middle of reading that! You deleted
She
it!
said they go behind. Well,
Well, you know, hey,
LOL.
there's nothing that says you can't separate into groups with people who are old enough. You need someone who's at least one person who's 14 with every person who's under at 7 or under. So, you know, or 14 or older. So
This is what makes life fun. I agree with that, right?
So there's no reason why, if you've got like 3 or 4 teenagers in your group who, you know, you want them to be somewhat responsible because you don't want them doing stupid stuff like trying to steal stuff or deciding they're going to run from security or try to jump in lines or stuff like that. People
Don't do that! Regardless of your age, don't do that. That's bad. That'll get you kicked out of Disneyland.
Maybe not. Anyway, but it is rude. We all know this. You know, it's pretty much if you just follow the mutual respect rules and common sense, which sense is never common. Yes, I know. But if you do that, and just remember, you spend a lot of money to get in here. Everybody around you spend a lot of money to get in there. Everybody spent a whole bunch of money. Everybody's hot. Everybody's tired. Everybody's feet hurt. So just try and be nice to everybody around you because of the fact that then that way you don't end up on YouTube because you got into a brawl in Toontown.
so today I saw a post that someone posted on Instagram that just supposedly happened this morning in Walt Disney World at Tower of Terror, where Fast Pass wasn't working for someone. And so the cast member went to go call her lead to find out if she could just let him in. And apparently the lady grabbed the phone and started pushing buttons or something. And so the cast member tried to push her hands away because she was just pushing random buttons on the control thing. And so the lady, like, punched the cast member. And
Bye-bye.
I'm like, what the heck? Apparently, and then they said
You was
that,
gonna get banned for that.
that they ended up, they're not pressing charges or anything against the lady, but like, seriously, I mean, your fast pass doesn't work. Okay, Disney will take, I mean, if you have the proof you made it, if it's something with the electronic stuff, Disney will figure out a way to help you with it. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what? It's not the end of the world. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of money that you're spending. I mean, if they kick you out of the park, and you're staying on property, they can actually kick you out of the hotel too.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not worth it to get into trouble in the parks. It really isn't. And all you got to do is just, if you're starting to get angry about something, take a step back.
Just walk away.
Just go. Okay, you know what? You go work on that. I'm gonna step back here. I'm gonna try to calm down while you're trying to help.
I mean, believe me, I've been there, tired and angry and
Cranky.
in pain because I hurt all the time and things are just not going right.
Throwing your lanyard.
I've been there.
That happened one time.
But there's no reason to take it out on the cast members. There's really not.
Now, in her defense, she did make sure there was nobody in the direction she threw her lanyard. She made sure that it was completely clear, and there was nobody like any chance of walking in that direction. So,
Okay, I'm gonna read a couple of comments while there's this awkward pause. So Addie Family
Awkward
Adventure
silence.
says.
awkward silence.
So Addie's Family Adventure says our vacation is the strong survive. It builds character. LOL.
Sometimes, yes, especially if it includes a road trip.
Our family, the Philly crew says, our family trains by walking 5 miles a day. That's another thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Okay, this last time we went, I kept telling him, every time we go, he says, I need to start walking before we go so I can get my body prepared. And every time he doesn't do it, and every time he regrets not doing it. That's the thing. You have to prepare your body. You have to prepare yourself.
It's not just mental, it's physical.
Physical,
It's more
emotionally,
physical
financially.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need to figure out your budget. You need to have that talk with your kids about how much they're allowed to spend or what they're allowed to do. Or
Go with a budget. Budgets are
one of the
And-
things that we did the first time we took Jillian is we bought her a Disney gift card with a certain amount of money, and that was her budget for what she could spend on
Whatever she
special
wanted.
things
Whatever
or
she wanted.
Her souvenirs or whatever. We gave, we did the gift card, and I hung on to it because she was 10. But
if not,
that was
she wouldn't
her
have.
gift card, and
Ray said not a bad idea.
it's not.
It's actually a really good idea.
And as for your budget,
Props.
just like Hagrid says to Harry, stick to your budget. Stick to your budget.
You said stick to your ticket.
Yes, but stick to your budget. Another thing that you can do to save up money, if this is like your once in a lifetime trip or once a year trip, you can buy a Disney gift card and add more money onto it on the website, DisneyGiftCards.com. And so if you want to budget monthly, you can put the money on the Disney gift card, and the Disney gift cards can be used in all the stores, at all the food places, at all the restaurants, at all the snack places, everywhere on any Disney property or
And
any
the
Disney
Disney
store
store.
or
And-
Disney store online, DisneyStore.com, if you don't end up spending your money. So one of the things that we do is we tend to buy a gift card and put money on it, so that way when we get ready to go, we have, that money already set aside on the Disney gift card.
Another thing, she does shop kicks,
Yeah.
and to get Disney gift cards from that. So you think, oh, okay, well, I'm doing all this work and I'm only getting like a $25 gift card. Well, if it's worth it, if the effort's worth it to you to get the $25 gift card, then that's $25 you can spend at Disneyland.
I mean, the way I look at it, if I'm going into the store, I might as well scan a few things to get a few kicks. And now they have online kicks. So when you're shopping online, if you're going to shop online anyway, you might as well do it. So it's Shopkick is an app, or they have shopkick.com. And yeah, it's behind now up there. I don't know why.
No, it hasn't been moving.
I know.
It's a 6.
Ooh, hi.
6
Yeah.
So,
1, 2,
if you download the Shopkick app,
1, 2, 3.
you can get kicks by scanning stuff in stores, by buying stuff in stores, by buying stuff online. Like, we've been buying our groceries through Walmart Grocery, and they now have
the 6 people are.
they now have an app. They now have
Me and Mom and the 4 in the comments.
yeah. They now have a Shopkick thing where I go on a Shopkick first, and then it opens up my Walmart Grocery app, and for every Walmart Grocery app purchase, I get 450 kicks.
Mom, we got a question.
Okay.
Addie Family Adventures asks, do they have the dining plan at Disneyland?
No, they do not. So if you're going to Disneyland, you have to manage all your money to pay for everything ahead of time. They do not have the Disney dining plan at Disneyland.
Didn't they
or
used to
DCA.
have
No.
something similar to that?
No, it's only Walt Disney World.
I thought they had something to where you could prepay for like certain credits or something like that.
No.
Ray said,
Like
if you're watching before, to click that thumbs up button. Be sure not to, or be sure not
Hey,
before.
I don't care. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a
Click.
thumb down. YouTube sees it all the same. They see it as interaction. So give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. I don't care. I'm just happy you're here watching.
Cal just said clicked.
Yeah, oh, thank you, Kel. I really appreciate you. Right now in my bedroom, I have your stuff running so you can get your watch time.
She does.
I have your
It's
channel.
only slightly cheating.
Sorry. I can't do both at the same time.
Well, you could, but it would make for a confusing video. Hey, watch what we're watching.
Well, if you want to see what I'm watching, watch it on live stream. Okay,
Yeah, I have it on my
Go
TV.
with Cal said, you're so awesome. Ray said,
Oh, thank you.
people forget on these live shows. And Cal said, I do that for people too.
Yeah, you know, it's... Yes, I do want to hit that subscriber so that way I can live stream on my app. So I
Ray
don't have
said,
to...
I do too. Aww.
Oh, thank you. I know we appreciate it. I'm sure everybody appreciates it. All of us small YouTubers.
You guys are awesome.
I'm sure the big ones do too.
Oh, I'm
You know?
sure. But it's a lot easier for them to get watch time and views and stuff and subscribers because they have more people that know about them. All of us small little peoples.
But it also helps when one of the bigger ones puts you in a couple of their videos.
Yeah, that did get us a few people.
Thank you, Provost Park Pass.
Another tip I don't see enough is don't buy new shoes just for your Disney trip unless you plan on breaking them in first. Because...
But on the other side of that, if your shoes are all worn out, falling apart, and you can feel the ground underneath of them, replace them in enough time to where your shoes are broken in prior to going.
Yeah, when we went last September, his shoes were kind of to the point where they were falling apart, and we didn't go get him new shoes, and his feet were hurting real bad. We had to get him inserts.
And they kept moving around because there was
Oh,
too much.
thank you. He said he's streaming on both his laptop and his phone, so it counts as two people. So we
The
get to watch
Philly
them
Crew
too.
said, I never do that on our live shows. I always forget. Addie Family Adventure says, do you guys only live stream?
No.
No.
This is actually only our third real live stream.
Not counting the one that we did in
We did
Disneyland.
3 short ones in Disneyland
I
in
thought we
March.
did 4.
Anyway,
Maybe it was 4. We did 3 or 4 in March, which are further back on our channel. But then YouTube changed the rules to where you can't mobile live stream unless you have 1,000 subscribers. So then I thought that meant you couldn't live stream at all. And then I was told you can as long as it's on a laptop or with a webcam. And so we did 2 with my laptop, but it wasn't I didn't like the picture quality very well. And then I was on someone else's, I can't remember whose channel it was, and they told me to try Streamlabs. So this is our first Streamlabs one. And since it's working pretty good, when we are at Oogie Boogie's Bash in DCA in September, we are planning on live streaming through Streamlabs from DCA, September 17th, Oogie Boogie Bash. It's the first night. It's their brand new Halloween party. Disneyland got rid of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Okay, so we've got a comment and a question. Ray said that's important advice. And then Go With Kel said, is Streamlab hard to set up?
It took me a little while to figure it out because the first 2 times we tried it, it wasn't going public, it was going private. And then I figured out you have to go into the little settings thing and change it to anyone can view, and that changes it to public, and then it worked. It took me a little while to figure that out, but it's not super hard. But it did take me a little bit to figure it all out.
Label out. Label out.
To product placement.
Product placement.
This episode brought to you by Gatorade.
It's really not. It's really not.
The Streamlab app hasn't had any problems for me during this. I'm sitting in Finland and you're in beautiful California.
Actually, we're in Arizona. We live in Arizona.
And I wouldn't put beautiful with it. Brown, okay?
For California?
For Arizona?
No, he said he said in beautiful California.
We
But we're not
actually
in
live in
beautiful
Arizona,
California.
but it's only 8 hours away from Disneyland. Literally,
Hop on I-10, take it to 60.
or where we live, we'll go down I-8 to Highway 85 and up to I-10. One time we went I-8 all the way to San Diego. Well, coming back, we went down to San Diego and came I-8 all the way back. It adds a little bit of time.
It adds a lot of time, and it was a long way to go
For a
just to get
cheeseburger!
just to get a
Okay, but it's a
cheeseburger.
really good cheeseburger. And
went to
Somebody wanted to
Hogan's.
go to Hodad's.
Or Hoda.
yes, there's a restaurant in San Diego in Ocean Beach and in downtown. They have 2 locations called Hodad's, and they are an amazing burger place. And their onion rings are huge, and their milkshakes are hand dipped, and it's just the best place. My grandfather was friends with the owner, who they've both passed away now. Both the owner and my grandfather. And so now it's like his sons or something running it. But they are amazing hamburgers. They're amazing. And I wanted Hodad's.
Let's put it this way. It's like a Disneyland line just to get in.
Oh yeah, the Ocean Beach location.
You don't just walk up and go, oh, hey, let's just pop in here and grab a seat and
I think
have
we
a
were
burger.
waiting for like 45 minutes till we got in.
Yeah.
The downtown location isn't quite so busy, but we went to the Ocean Beach location because I had never been to that one because my grandpa always went to the downtown location. So whenever we'd go visit him, he would take us there and we'd go eat.
Okay, can I catch up on comments and
Sure.
stuff? Alright, so the Philly crew says we were in a Mac, so Streamlab doesn't work for us when we're streaming from our computer. Ray said, oh, when we were talking about being from Arizona.
Oh.
The Philly crew says, I found it worked well when streaming from the iPhone. Go With Kel said, I get questions all the time from small YouTubers that can't live stream the app they were using is closed down now, so thanks to the info I can spread it. Ray says, I was supposed to be in Arizona this month but had to cancel. The Big Magicians Convention was there.
Ooh.
Corbin Connection Comedy said, hey, 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 which is when I waved. And pretty much everyone's like, hi!
I think the girl on the left wants to say something. Okay, for those of you that don't know or missed the beginning, I'm Melissa,
I'm Jillian.
And I'm David.
and we're Disabled Disney.
No matter where we're sitting, we still say it in that order.
That's because that's the order. Best for last.
You give me the best is first.
No. You always save the best for last.
So,
Right? You
save the best for last.
That's it's at least the expression, you know.
Yes.
The I don't say hi.
Hi.
I say it many in short like hi. Okay.
He doesn't draw out the I, he just
Yeah.
goes hi.
Hi. Well, she is a teenage girl.
Hi.
So, you know.
The best is saved for last according to the Philly crew.
Well, I ended up going first because they were like, what are we doing? So I was like, I'm Melissa. And then Julie was sitting next to me. And so she went, and then David was sitting over here, and now we've like switched places every time we shoot, we're in different places.
Alright, so after the DePhilly crew said the best is safe for last, Go With Kel said manly. Corbin Connection Comedy said the D crew, hey there.
Yeah,
Hi.
The DePhilly crew does a live Sundays at 6 Eastern time, right? That's when you guys do yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Waiting for the comment.
So check them out if you never have. They're cool. And Go With Kel and Ray Eden, his channel. He does like magic and travel stuff, and his stuff.
The
is really
DePhilly
cool.
crew said yes we do. Corbin Connection Comedy said and crickets, lol.
I just wanted to make sure I was right, remembering it right. But yeah, so shout out to those guys.
Wait.
The DePhilly crew said we have something funny planned this Sunday.
Ooh, I'll make sure I catch it then.
Ray said 6 right,
Eastern.
LOL.
6 Eastern time. So Ray, for you, that's like what, 10 p.m.
Addie Family Adventure says he's a gentleman, let the ladies go first.
Well, yeah, that he is. He
Right.
is.
Ray Edith says I do Disneyland Paris too.
Yeah, that too. And I can't wait to see your next one on that one. And pretty soon, Walt Disney World when you move to Orlando, right? Right?
No, I'm giving up on Disney when I move there.
1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, 1 a.m. Okay, sorry. Trying to do the... Yeah. That's late.
I thought it was going to be more than 4 time zones. So
He lives in Finland right now. It's been a long time since you lived in the States, right, Ray? So, welcome home. Whenever you end up moving. And watch, he needs more views on his,
Maybe so many Walt Disney World channels already.
oh, I know. That's one of the reasons why I didn't actually want to start this one. He did. But, I wanted to do the blog, so
20 years.
20 years you've been gone. Yeah, it's a long time.
Corbin Connection Comedy says I've been dizzy, but I've never been to Disney.
what?
I've been dizzy, but I've never been to Disney.
Disney is not
You
for
mean like the-
everyone, admittedly, but it's
the-
so much fun. Okay,
Like
Ray needs more views on his World Showcase Part 2 shopping on board the, is it Silja Europa? 3 more, according to YouTube, till he gets to his 100, so he announces, I want to know how much euros is in that chocolate piggy.
I think according to Ray, we have a unique angle on Disney, though.
Well, that's why I agreed to go ahead and start this channel. He was like, he really wanted to do it, and I was like, I'd rather do a blog. Because there's so many Disney YouTubers. And so we compromised and started the YouTube channel and the blog.
And
So.
now we've got
But
Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram,
Wait, but
Twitter.
that's just to get the message for
Right.
your main thing out there.
We've got
But
like all these social medias.
you
It's
have
like,
to admit
uh,
that the important part of it is, with doing all of this stuff, is the fact that some people who may or may not have actually gone out and done some of this stuff are able to do it now because of the fact that they're seeing this is what can be done. And not going to mention the channel name, but there was a larger YouTube channel that did a video that had to do with disabilities, and they did pull some research off of what we do. So,
talk about Chris and Amanda.
well, no,
Trying not to.
it was probably, to be perfectly honest, it was probably Zach that did the research, because he is the producer of that
Okay.
PPP channel.
Adam Family Adventure says when it comes to Disney, there are 2 kinds of people: those that like it and those that lie. LOL. Go with Kel said LOL, Addie.
Yes, I I agree with that. A lot of people don't understand why we love Disney so much, and one of the main reasons that I really like it.
Are you comfortable?
No.
Is because I know they're going to, if they don't have a way for me to do something, they're going to try to figure out a way for me to do it. They are really good with disabilities, and
if they don't now,
They will.
they will go, okay, we have to figure out a way to make this possible.
if they
they'll
start
work
having
on it.
problems, and it's
I'm moving.
and
You are.
they're
I'm in a
developing
wheelie chair.
they're developing new technology so that way more people with disabilities can
Stop
experience
it.
things. This is what I have to deal with all the time, every day, day in, day out.
Me.
I
They
am not.
You were. Stop it.
they now
I'm
have
not doing
the
anything.
adaptive cars for like Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure.
Haunted
They
Mansion
have-
needs one.
Why don't
Yeah.
they have it for Haunted Mansion?
Good question. Don't have
I
the
don't
answer.
know. They have the adaptive cars for like Toy Story, Midway Mania, and I recently found out they have one where it's a push button. They have a push button on the disability car. We just normally would get in a regular car through the disability line, so that way I have more time to transfer. But I recently found out.
And not have to go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, I can't do the
Addie
stairs.
Family Adventure
They have
says
a
most
push button.
Disney vacations fail because of not planning.
That's true. Planning is important, especially for Disney World. Disneyland, you can take it a little more relaxed. It's not quite so bad.
But planning is
but
still
definitely
important.
planning for sure, and research is super important. To know what ahead of time, like what you can do, what you can't do, what you can bring in, what you can't bring in. We always go to the grocery store and get stuff on our way, but I know going to Disney World, if you live there, you can just drive from your house or whatever, but you can order groceries through Amazon or like Instacart to be delivered to your hotel room. At Disney, they have a fee if it goes to the bell
Uh-huh.
desk, but it's not that much. It's like $25 or something like that. And then you can have like food in your room, and I don't know about the hotels in Disney World, but in Disneyland, almost all the rooms have at least mini fridges in them. All the ones we've stayed in did. And we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel once and Paradise Pier once. The only one we haven't done is Grand Californian yet.
But that is expensive, and that's going to take us forever to save up for.
But yeah, that's hopefully our next one. But every couple of years we do like an expensive trip where we go all out and stay on property, and
I feel like our big expensive trip was March.
well that
That one was expensive, but it wasn't planned to be expensive.
no, it wasn't. We just ended up making it expensive. We ate more on property and did more spendy stuff than we had ever done.
All right, Corbin's got a question.
Okay.
Which is where? Florida or California?
Well, Disney World is in Florida and Disneyland is in California.
And Paris.
And but we're talking about Disneyland here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
There is Disneyland in Paris, and then
The
Which I
DePhilly
believe
crew
is called
said,
Disneyland Paris.
yes,
and the DePhilly crew said they do in Walt Disney World as well.
Have the refrigerators?
okay. So you can order, like, we will take canned soda and bottled water with us, put in our hotel room. We always get a hotel with a mini fridge.
Corbin said, "Cool." ...
And so we always have cold drinks in our hotel room, and you can take them into the park. We always take a backpack.
Normally 2 or 3.
Normally one with drinks and one with snacks. That way, if someone's a little bit hungry but we're not ready to eat, we
And
have a
then
snack.
one for our stuff.
Um,
Ray said, I was surprised that the Newport Bay Resort at Disneyland Paris didn't have a fridge in the room.
oh, okay. I see, and that might be a European thing. I don't know for sure.
What are you doing? He's got a battery.
Because a lot of the European hotels, they do different things than our hotels here do. So that might be a year.
Where is my hair? I don't know, Corbin. I don't know.
Whose hair?
Corbin asked, "Where is my hair?" I don't know, Corbin.
hair?
I
I don't know where mine is either.
What hair? You don't have hair.
Okay, another piece of
He
advice.
used to have hair.
He's got pictures where he's got hair.
Yeah, somewhere.
One of them's right there. Another one's up
no,
here.
Well, yeah.
Because you know you've got a mullet.
No. Don't grab that one.
Why not that one?
Because of the fact that one of the people that's in there, we don't have permission to show
Oh.
her likeness on the channel.
Okay, how about
Okay.
that one?
It's fine. We don't need to
We
talk
don't-
about his
yeah.
hair.
Okay, one of the other things I would like to talk about, as far as advice,
No,
That-
it is not.
What?
Is seeing Walt's apartment a part of a tour at
Yes,
Disneyland?
it is.
Yes,
I
it
thought
is.
wasn't.
No, it is.
There is
a
one.
walk in Walt's footsteps, and I think it's like $85 a person, somewhere around there. They just recently raised a lot of the prices for the tours and such, so I'm not 100% certain what they all are right now.
but you really can't go anywhere, really, because they've got a lot of it roped off to where you just like walk
But
through
you,
this one walkway.
you do go up there, and also it is not accessible. You have to go upstairs. So one of the things that we focus on with our channel is accessibility. So just letting you know that it is not accessible. If you're in a scooter or wheelchair, you have to go be able to walk up the stairs to do that part of it.
Also, the Grand Circle Tour, which includes the Lily Bell car
The train.
on the train. That one you have to be able to. It starts and ends at the Main Street station, so therefore you have to be able to walk up and down those stairs.
Because there's no ramp for the Main Street station at Disneyland.
Also, if you want to ride up with the engineer, which I think they're still doing, and I think that is still free, but I'm not 100% positive.
Ask.
Um,
It never hurts to ask.
right. And you can make one trip all the way around the park, but it starts and ends at Main Street Station, because that is the only station that is long enough to actually include being able to step up onto the engine. Okay, so back to what I was going to say. This last trip, we bought a larger battery. Now you can bring batteries in to charge your phone or camera, all of that stuff, including the fuel rods. Fuel rods are a much better deal if you buy them in advance.
And we have a
And-
video on that if you want to find that. If you want a video.
However, we bought this larger one, and I was concerned on taking it into the park. Now, because of the size, which, as you can see, cover up the name so that way people don't think I'm trying to like sell the company. But this is it has two 12-volt plugs on it, plus 4 USB ports. This was great for recharging her scooter. Now, honestly, I don't think they're going to let you take something this size in if you don't have an electric wheelchair. But
Or
if
an
you
ECV.
do, yeah, an ECV of some kind, because of the fact that I was questioned on it. I said it's for the scooter, and he said, "Okay, fine, I have no problem with it because it's for the scooter."
Because it is really big.
I mean, it is a large size, and it does hold a lot of power. It was able to completely recharge the scooter battery
Once.
one time.
Full disclosure, it was once, and then it died again in Galaxy's Edge.
However, definitely think something like this, if you have an electric chair or scooter, ECV, something like that, something like this would be a great investment. This was like $120, I want to say.
Something like that.
Addie Family Adventure says fuel rods pay for themselves after so long, no matter what price she pays.
That's true. They
That
do.
is true. But if you can get it for $25 instead of $30,
And
At
if
$5.
you order it off their website, you can get it for $25. In the parks, it's $30. But yes, it does, because you can just trade that out as many times in the parks as you need to, as you want to. And I tell you, every time we go, all of our batteries end up dead. And we are, as soon as that fuel rod goes dead, we just go to a kiosk, switch it out. Especially with the vlogging stuff, you're using your phone all the time, and multiple phones, and they all go dead.
My phone tends to last longer, but I'm not doing video, generally speaking. I'm just taking pictures of things like.
And I'm
the
also playing
sales.
Pokemon Go, and he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures of like the sails over the Pirates of the Caribbean building.
Or go take a picture of the Pizza Planet sign. Go take a picture of the rocket. Go take a picture of the Space Mountain sign. Go take a picture of the Hyperspace Mountain sign.
I'm sorry, what were you whining?
It's literally what we get told all the
I'm sorry,
time.
what were you whining?
Okay.
So yeah, batteries, extra batteries, to be able to charge devices,
Addie Family
Or-
Adventures.
chairs.
You done? Okay. Addie Family
You
Adventures
really don't like
says.
being interrupted, do you?
Addie Family Adventures says, I've seen them at some airports for $20. Go with Kelson. I have my battery backup from Walmart. It gives 3 total charges. It's a year old. It was $12.
Yeah, we have some of like the ones from Walmart and stuff too.
We
but
got like 12 of the small chargers.
it doesn't matter. I always kill them all.
Yeah,
Even the ones
it's-
I have one that can do 2 charges, and I still end up killing it. But
The last couple of trips, we've actually taken one of the 6 plug-in surge protectors to plug into the an outlet in the hotel, and
To
all the
charge
just
them all.
just having the chargers plugged into that.
Uh-huh.
This has
Because I
its own
killed so
power.
many.
This has its own power, so therefore it was plugged into another outlet, and then we had the phones plugged in separately from all of that. So
I feel like we
Yeah.
had to start bringing more than one.
we had 4 people last time. But yeah, you can get the fuel rods at airports. They're even at like some zoos and stuff now, some malls and stuff. So, what did Corbin say?
Corbin said the Energizer Bunny lives in my camera, so I'm good.
That's good. I don't know. Our phones seem like they're always dying. And another thing that we do too is the Disney Play Parks app. And when you're running all those apps and doing all that stuff, it just kills your battery.
yeah, but 2 killed my battery quick actually, because of the fact that there is so much on the Disney Play app to do in Batu.
I didn't
Oh
get
yeah,
paid.
we
on
didn't even get
Smuggler's
half
Run.
of it done. I don't think.
Yeah, somehow she wasn't getting paid on Smuggler's Run, which was weird.
Hers wasn't.
Come to find out, it's on Mom's. Mom was getting paid in my credits.
But they're there if you log on for you, because we put you as a person on mine when we were playing.
Oh, that's right.
So you have to make like, you can log into the Disney Play Parks app, and then you have to make like player logins for each person, and that's how you get paid on Smuggler's Run, is on the Disney Play Parks
Alright,
app.
so we got a question and a comment. So,
It's not just me she's interrupting.
yeah, but
Boo!
Mom can't answer this question.
Interrupting physicist, Muon!
Okay, so the DePhilly crew said, I may have missed this, but what are you using to record in the parks?
Our
Mom's
phones.
phone.
Our phones, we do have a camera.
We did just
That-
get a camera, but we took it last time, but we forgot to use it.
My whole thing is, with as much stuff as we're carrying anyway,
Here we go. He's grabbing the camera.
So, like, you have to, for the Disney Play Parks app, you have to have, like, different things for everyone. Like, you can see the ones for me, the GIL is for Jillian, the DT is for him.
we have this bag for the camera.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, it's not exactly small. I mean, it's not really heavy, but you know, it's like one more thing to carry.
And then if you guys are going to go into Galaxy's Edge, make sure you have the Disney Play Parks app downloaded, because when you get off of it, you will get credits and start earning your reputation in
Bye, Addie.
Galaxy's Edge. Bye, Addie. Because it's getting ready to open there in Florida pretty soon, in August 29th, I believe.
Addie said, I have to go. It's been great
Thank
great
you.
watching you. I'll check out one of your videos soon. Bye.
Thank you. We just uploaded our new one this morning.
So
We upload on Mondays normally.
So I'm going to catch up real quick on comments. Go with Kel said, I just got a solar powered charger to connect to my backpack. I'm giving it a shot this weekend. Have fun with that, Kel. Ray said, like to hear how that works out, Kel.
Yeah.
The DePhilly crew said, at Go with Kel for our trip, we are using a small JESIR fan that folds up. It is a battery charger as well. That is awesome. Go with Kel said, right on DePhilly. I'll let you know, Ray. And Corbin said, see ya, Addie.
Yeah, we bought her solar charger. Do you even know where that's at?
Nope. I can tell you by the look on her face.
It's like we can try it on our
Nope.
next trip if she can find it.
You know, I had an idea, but somehow I don't think Disney's going to let me take a generator in there.
Probably not.
I gave it to you guys because I had it in my bag, and I gave
Then it's in that bag wherever it's packed away, all that stuff.
I
In whatever tote. Did you pack the tote that all that stuff was in?
She must have at some point in time, because of the fact that she pulled her multi-tool out of that. Do not take a multi-tool into Disneyland. They won't let you.
No, because
It's got a knife,
it's a
it's
weapon.
got tools, it's metal, you know. Now, they might let you take like a camping fork that's like a spork that folds up, but that might be
Especially-
Go
if you had
with
a
Kel said, I
disability.
gotta run too, guys. I'm glad I made it
Bye,
this year.
Kel.
Y'all
Thank
are too
you.
funny. See
Thank
ya
you.
later.
I don't
Bye,
think
Cal.
we're too funny. I think we're right at the right amount of funny.
Another tip for planning for Disneyland, I don't know if Disney World is like this, but I think Disney World is too. They've gone to paper straws. So
Bring
go-
your own straws.
or buy some reusable straws. I just bought some reusable smoothie straws to take with us for our next trip, because we like getting, what's that drink called at
Hang on. I can look this up.
so at Billabong's Bing Bong sweet stuff.
bing bong, bing bong.
Okay, good. They get
They
it.
have these
Bing
like
bong.
icy drinks, and one of them, it's like every flavor almost that they have of icy, and then it's got nerds in it. And last time we went, I got one, and that cardboard straw just like makes it. I didn't even get through the whole drink because it like falls apart. You can't use it. You have to, throw it out. So
Bonding.
I bought some smoothie reusable straws to take with us, so that way I can don't have to use those cardboard straws. And then we take plastic straws with us. Reusable plastic straws with us. Are you on the Disneyland app?
Yes.
She's trying. She's trying, but she's failing.
Hang on. I will
Let's
get
see.
this.
Do
Just
it
like high
fast,
school,
yeah.
she's failing.
Let's see who can do it faster.
I'm gonna go with not me, because my phone is like way over there. All the way over there. On the couch. Like right there. I can see it. But just like last year, I could see Bit too, but I couldn't go there. But you can now in Disneyland. Soon for Florida.
I can't find the menu.
Yeah, they didn't have it underneath the store.
If only there was some kind of company.
Everyone's saying bye to everyone.
Bye!
If only there
Whoever
was
has to leave.
some way of being able to search.
That's what Google's for.
I could be wrong, but I think that might have been my point.
Okay, so they're called Bing Bong Sweet Stuff Memory Refreshers.
They're so good.
And
You're calling them.
no,
Somebody was calling her.
yeah.
Yeah, I should have picked up on that, considering it was the wrong area code. Should have been 909, right? Was that you?
Set it to voicemail. All right. Oh, it's the Imaginary Pal, right? No, the Rainbow Unicorn.
I think Deadpool would like that one.
The Rainbow Unicorn. So it's mellow yellow, high sea lime, Fanta blue raspberry, grape, and cherry. It's layered and it has nerds on it.
Nerds.
And
Nerds.
it is really yummy.
Bye.
Last time we were there, my friend got the Imaginary Pal one.
Bye to Philly Crew.
Bye to Philly Crew. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Ray.
So is that like everybody? Is
Yeah,
everybody
pretty
leaving?
much.
Right now it's Corbin and us.
Corbin and us.
Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing, Corbin. We appreciate it. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers.
Are we doing another giveaway?
Probably pretty soon. I haven't. When we get to 300
I mean, we
subscribers,
do have.
I do still have another pot. Probably pretty soon.
So Corbin, the other two people that are watching this are myself and her, who are on the.
No, mine's not actually watching it. I'm just on. I had it closed. I got.
Ray's gonna leave the stream running, so we'll have the
Oh,
launch
thank
time.
you.
Thank you, Ray.
I appreciate that.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, it's late.
It's almost 2:30 there.
I'm
Go
gonna
to
try to
sleep.
get you
So,
to your 100
hey,
for
hey,
that one.
Hey, so Ray's going to sleep, so
He's probably gonna mute it.
let's see, that would be smarter than I'm trying to mute us when we're trying to talk. So
That's okay. How long have we been going? Oh, almost an
I don't know.
hour and a half. We should probably wrap this up anyway. All right. The other tip that I really want to stress that I don't see enough: download and use the Disneyland and the My Disney Experience app. So the Disneyland app is for Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, and the My Disney Experience is for all the Walt Disney World parks. Because it has your ride wait times, you can make your fast passes, you can find out what.
Apparently, Corbin's starting a second YouTube channel soon that's aimed to helping small YouTubers that live stream.
Ooh, exciting. We just recently started live streaming, so we're kind of new to it. And you can look up your food options, make dining reservations.
Ray said, "Good night, guys. It was fun.
Night,
Catch you again
Ray.
in the future. Good
Thank
night."
mobile order.
Yeah, you can mobile order at certain places. There's maps. So like if you're like us and you grab your map at the beginning of the day, but you end up misplacing it, and you want to look at where something is, or you're not sure.
I don't ever misplace the map. You don't ever misplace the map.
And it's in the backpack.
Somebody misplaces the map. We can't find it. But on the My Disney,
Always put it in the backpack.
My Disney Experience in the Disneyland app,
What?
there's a map on there. So it is always download.
We should make that face a meme.
What face? What meme?
Dad's.
You can also get for Disneyland, Disney World is Memory Maker. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but for Disneyland, you can get your PhotoPass photos on your Disneyland app.
With the holograms,
Oh, we might be getting 3 or 4 new
but
subscribers.
those are put on the. But those go to your
You
data
can look
pad.
at your show times on there. You can look at
The holograms only go to your data pad.
yeah.
They don't go to a cell phone.
What's a cell phone?
I don't know. Supposedly they look a lot like a data pad. I don't know.
There's just so much to do. Last tips. What is one tip that you don't see YouTubers saying, or that you do that you don't agree with?
I don't hear a lot of people going sunblock, hats, sunglasses.
Yeah, sun protection, definitely. Both Orlando and Anaheim are super sunny, rainy. A lot of people tell you to do the rain gear, but definitely
Plan
sunblock.
for the weather. But
Sunblock
even
hats.
in the summer, bring a jacket.
Will you stop interrupting?
Sunblock hats, sunglasses, definitely both parks. Definitely, that's a good one. What about you?
I would say plan your trip for what you can do. You know, what you're I mean, you know, it's like you hear, you know, the strongest chain is only as strong as its weakest link. But, you know, you don't want to necessarily go, oh, okay, well, you're being a wuss, you can go back to the hotel to, you know, like your little ones, you know, but unfortunately, you know, the little ones go down, at least part of your party's going down with them, you know, so unless they can take a nap in a stroller while you guys are moving around doing other things, I mean, it kind of goes back to the planning the downtime, but, you know, it's, you have to know your limitations and your party's limitations, and so if people, you know, it's like nobody in your park is good after 10 o'clock at night, especially coming, like if you're going from the East Coast to the West Coast, take that into consideration. Take into consideration that you're used to getting up actually earlier than the time it actually is in California. If you're, you know, used to getting up 3 hours earlier than that, even though it's the same quote time, but it's 3 hours ahead.
Plan for jet lag is what he's saying.
Yeah, and vice versa the other way. Don't sit there and go, okay, well, I'm doing rope drop tomorrow. If you're going to Walt Disney World, but you're used to getting up at 9 o'clock in the morning in, you know, on the West Coast, you know, you're actually going to be getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning if it's still 9 o'clock in the morning, or whatever time you got to get up in order to be able to get to rope drop. Not exactly sure, you know, obviously that changes, but, you know, do what you can do and stick to what you can do.
Was there a comment or something, Jillian?
No.
Well, just that look on your face was like, there's something I need to say.
One of the guys in the roleplay chat I'm in is watching our live stream right now.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
So my suggestion is for disabled people. You need to do stuff to protect and take care of your wheelchair or your scooter. They have specific.
Bye, Corbin.
Bye, Corbin. They have specific ponchos you can buy to protect your wheelchair or scooter from the rain and the elements and stuff, or you can just take a regular one and put it over it, or one or two, depending upon how big it is. But you need to protect your wheelchair from the elements, because both parks, it rains quite often, and you know, you can't get them wet a lot of times. They're not supposed to get wet. And then you can charge your mobility scooter or wheelchair at Disneyland, so bring your cord if you need to.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
Deuces cabooses keep laughing. I don't understand.
Peace. Deuces, he's out.
Deuces cabooses keep laughing is what he said.
He's saying goodbye. She never gets anything.
I am pretty much always in a state of confusion. Just
Oh, so you're missing the cabooses part? Stand up.
It's my tagline. Oh.
Stand up. Stand up.
No.
Stand up.
No. I'm not supposed to stand up.
No, you'll be okay. Stand up.
He's saying the caboose is your rear end.
Blueberry Sans SANS said G'day, mates.
Is that who is in your chat? Well, good day. So if you're saying good day, you're probably from Australia then.
Not necessarily.
Yes, a caboose is the end, LMAO.
Yeah, and
Yes.
At least you use the acronym and not.
Everybody
The
uses the
full
acronyms
phrase.
and not. So yeah, that's kind of like where we're at. Check out our new video we posted today. It was Oga's Cantina.
one other thing that I do want to like interject real quick. Also, with your wheelchair, some of the rides you do have to transfer out into a manual wheelchair. Haunted Mansion, Star Tours. Make sure you know which one's yours. You do something to it to where it definitely stands out. You know that one's definitely yours, especially with the ECVs, because
If you're renting them from them.
well, if you're renting them from Disneyland, then your name's on it. You know,
Yeah.
your name's on the front. But and your key is only going to be the one that works. But they do have, you know, it's like if you're bringing in your own, there is a high probability that somebody else is going to have one like yours if it's a newer one. Now, like Melissa's, we really didn't have to worry about that because I think hers was built about 20 minutes after they invented the wheel.
Yeah, mine's old, and we left all the backpacks on it, so it's hard to. And they will move them around if they need to. So like,
Oh, the guy that's in my roleplay chat finally said hi.
oh, hi guy in the roleplay chat.
His YouTube name is Don't Ask Animation, and he's gonna
What-
subscribe
what-
too.
Thank
What-
you.
what
We
role
really
play?
appreciate it. They're role playing from Mortal Instruments stuff on chat.
Oh, okay.
And then
No dice required.
Blueberry Sands said everybody deserves to enjoy Disneyland.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's kind of one of the places that we're at. It's
Except for my buddy Cameron, who would rather be in a cabin in the woods, completely by himself, no electricity, nothing, to where he doesn't have to deal with a whole nother person the entire time he's on his vacation. That would make him quite happy.
yeah. If
So-
you like stuff like that, you're not gonna like Disney. There's too many people. But we've been using the hashtag Disney is for everyone on our social medias and stuff.
But there are exceptions to every rule.
So if you haven't subscribed, we would really appreciate it if you do. If you have, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. Thank you for watching. Julie, grab the shirt again. We're gonna because we're gonna wrap up with showing.
And
the
real
shirt.
quick,
She doesn't want to show
anybody
her
else,
pajama shorts.
anybody who's got
shorts.
anybody who's got any questions that's in, fire away real quick. I mean, we'll.
Yeah, and we started making.
He is
we have-
roughing out. I can respect that. Thou has gained one more subscriber.
Oh, thank you.
That was Blueberry
We-
Sands.
We made T-shirts. This is one of the designs, and it's on TeePublic. I'm gonna put the link in the description. We have 4 designs. That's one of them. I'm working on more, but I can only do so much at a time and per day and everything. And I've been doing a lot of editing on our videos and stuff lately. And thank you again for watching, subscribing. We do have a Twitter, an Instagram, a Facebook, a Pinterest, at Disabled Disney.
And a Snapchat. We haven't really done anything with it yet, but it's all the same thing.
Yeah, it's all Disabled Disney.
Don't Ask Animation said, "Oh, that's a cool shirt."
Thank you. I like
She
it.
designed it.
I did.
Full disclosure.
And we also have a website, www.disableddisney.com, and I'm working on a comprehensive Disneyland disabilities guide for Disneyland. And then eventually, when I can get to Disney World, I am working with someone that is disabled that goes to Walt Disney World to try to do some Disney World stuff.
Blueberry Sands said, "That is cool. I approve of that beauty." I'm assuming you're talking about the shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We also made ears.
We have 2 pairs of these, and they fluffy.
We made ears, so we have our own disabled Disney stuff. And we are going to be at Disney California Adventure on September 17th. If you see us, come say hi. I will have pins, disabled Disney pins to give out to people.
And yes, I am talking about the shirt.
Yeah.
And that.
Thank
And that
you.
what?
The ears.
Oh. And there's one way we can identify between mine and Mom's. Mine has cloth around the head.
She wanted hers, and I wanted mine blinged out, so mine has rhinestones. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Merch, that's a great
side.
sign of a channel that will grow.
Oh,
Thank you, Don't Ask.
I hope so. I would like to see us grow. You know, we're not doing this for money or anything. We're doing it because we saw a need, we wanted to do it, and it's a fun family bonding thing for us.
Although, if it could result in paying for annual passes for us, we're not against that.
So we do have a Patreon page if you would like to donate to us, where we also have a Patreon page, www.patreon.com/DisabledDisney, where you can donate money to us, and there is goodies up, rewards for Patreon members up there if you would like to do that. Anything else? Last minute stuff? We've been on here for an hour and a half now. I need to go lay down.
Okay, so as long as we make it to at least 90 minutes, we gotta wait until then.
We are. We're over 90 minutes.
Blueberry Sand said, yes, that is a good sign. ... A really good sign.
Thank you.
There's a signpost up ahead. Next stop.
The Twilight Zone.
Actually, I'd prefer
Guardians of-
viral video.
Galaxy's Edge Mission Breakout. Because in Disneyland,
And,
it's not Twilight Zone anymore.
and they'll have the Halloween overlay when we're there, the Monsters After Dark.
Yes!
So the tower gets mad.
Yeah.
Check, if you're happy with this live stream, check out the rest of our videos. They're funny.
And
If you're
give the
happy with
video a
the live
thumbs
stream,
up.
check out the videos. If you're happy with the live stream, check out the videos.
And give us a thumbs up and check out our other videos. And if you have any suggestions on ones you'd like to see us cover.
Blueberry said, I like this.
You do? Well, then tune in next time.
I don't know when we're going to go live again. But
Don't know what Pat time, but same Pat channel.
But we do
Wait, that's
upload.
easy.
My day.
We do upload a new video every Monday, and a new blog post on our website every Saturday. And then we're gonna get into doing live streams, but I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see.
And I've already got an idea planned for our next live stream.
What?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
asked me if we could do it today. I'm like, we don't have enough time for you to research.
I had 8
she had
minutes.
8 minutes. I was like, we don't have enough time for you to research that.
We had 8 minutes for me to plan it out.
I was like, no, we're just
Thank
gonna
you,
go with
Don't
my.
Ask.
We're just gonna go with my idea because I actually had some research planned out.
Because I came up with it on the fly.
All right. Thank you for watching Disabled Disney. We really appreciate it.
We're glad we made your day, Blueberry says.
Yes.
Haunted
Very
Tower
happy.
of Terror passed away in California.
Yes, Tower of Terror is no longer there. It's now Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Which, next time we go,
We haven't
at
actually
least
been.
2 of us are going to go
We
on
haven't
it.
actually been on it yet, since it changed theming.
You're welcome, Don't Ask.
But,
Don't tell.
Thank you
Really?
for watching. We really appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Hit that like
Like
button.
button.
Watch our other videos. If you have something you want to see us do,
We
leave
have
it in the comments.
266
Thank
subscribers.
you. We
Yay.
appreciate it. Love you guys. All right, now I gotta figure out how to end.
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm David.
I'm Jillian.
I'm Melissa.
And we're
And we're
disabled
Disabled
Disney
Disney.
backwards.
Bye.
Bye.